Welcome to the start of a brand new week. It is January 8th, 7 o'clock at night. It's a Monday. I'm at the store. It's late. Finishing editing a video. So that's actually the vlog from the previous week that I'm actually about to upload today. Thank you to my team for clearing up this area as much as they could. I can now finally process the orders I need to go out. And 7 o'clock at night, and I'm finally getting started to doing all that. Gosh. I swear, like, this is like the life of a small business ownership. There will never be one day where everything goes as planned, because that's not life. You know, there's always got to be something that happens. You just got to be prepared for it and everything. But, man. Well, you're going to see it throughout the rest of this video, but we'll see if we accomplish the goals that we have here. Number one, cleaning up that back corner. Number two, artwork won't be replaced, but hopefully the artist that I've been speaking with has returned for, not only returned for Japan, but is also ready to move forward with the new design work that we want for our walls with his artwork and everything. And number three, for this area, for the new clothing company that we are repping here, to get them fully updated and restructured over there, so it's properly displayed and everything's ready to go. Get the displays all lit up, and then begin the ordering process for filling the rest of the space out here. That's that. And then we have some other organization stuff to do, so it's a lot of organizing this week. But no, it's really just settling in. We're now transitioning into the new year. If you guys saw in the previous video, so if you guys are watching this after watching the previous one, know that this past weekend was a little rough on the numbers, but we are going to be proceeding forward with all of that. Hopefully this week will be a recovery week. They're already speaking of another potential storm heading our way. Just walking out to get some fresh air. As you can see, it's nighttime. But hopefully the storm that's coming misses us, because we cannot deal with another weekend of snow. Because trust me when I say this, the business cannot deal with that right now. We are not currently at that level. Say hello to my new our ghoul nest. It's a lot colder than I anticipated. But no, other than that, there's really just a lot of little stuff that we can do. We got to do it. The big stuff's out of the way. There's some repairs that have to be done, rewiring, some structural work. But then until we get additional investments coming in or refinance loan, I really can't make any more upgrades to the ones I wanted, because I can't buy the new furniture as of right now. But the best thing I can do right now is just let the new layout settle in, start implementing the new menu items that we want to do, and then just start preparing. You know, other than continuing with the streams and content creation, we also now got to start branching out to start doing the other long form content that I've been talking to you guys about, continue the Let's Plays. I know you guys, some of you have been enjoying that, and then prepare for MegaCon as well, some of the other conventions that have started reaching out to me to come to their shows. So there's a lot involved this week, so let's go. They're already trying to fight me. I'm gonna be like, no, I was trying to say, like, oh, the start of every Tuesday is gonna just be me walking into both of you. Now, did you try to move two gridwids at once, or did it just slide on you?
So they don't fit through the doorway, so I picked it up to slide it out of the door, and I put it on a cart so we could just slide them right off. And as it was on the cart and it went that way, it slid down and slammed my finger in between the cart and the grid wall. But it was at the bottom of the grid wall, so the rest of the way to the grid wall at the top was what crushed it. Is it mostly sore? Did you like? Oh no, it's broken.
You broke your finger?
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, she's okay. It's the tip of the finger.
It's just the tip.
We're gonna go get her a splint and everything. We're gonna make sure she's taken care of and everything. But
I'm fine. 'Tis but a flesh wound.
I'll recap later, but today's been a freaking day. Oh my God. We're off to a great start. So the power just went off twice. I'm trying to see if I can record it for the third time. To continue the kerfuffle that is to the start of the week, the transformer blew up across the street, but the power is out right now. Thankfully, we got emergency lights, but also we actually have our battery packs from the convention with the lights on right now. So everyone's gonna wrap up. We're gonna get everyone going here safely, but right now it's actually not safe to drive because there are trees down, branches down. There's some flooding going on. This storm ended up being way more wicked than we thought it'd be. So, but
why couldn't it snow this much?
I know, right? But like, we can't conduct any business right now. This is wonderful. So we finally wrapped up the stream we were doing earlier. All the customers are out. All the backup lights are actually in the middle of now going out one at a time. So this place is truly If it wasn't for him bringing this like studio light that was in his car, this place would be pitch black dark right now. I'm not gonna really get into it. We'll probably talk later in this video about the situation. But the one thing I wanted to talk about really quick in this vlog, I know it's a low quality video for you guys, it's how eerily quiet our store is when the fridges are not running. So yes, there's a lot of problems going on right now, but I'm just like, man, this reminds me of when me and Fu were actually working in the store. Like when we first were moving in, remember how we were cleaning? How just like deathly quiet it was in here.
Yeah. You know what it really reminds me of?
What?
Driving through, what's the Dakota?
Oh yeah, no, the middle of the country when there was like, we were literally in like middle of nowhere. We just stopped, dead silence, pure darkness. We could see the Milky Way. We're like, oh, yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. But we're gonna head on out and just deal with all this tomorrow. What the? Did you plug? Oh, he plugged. Oh, we have a little power bank. He plugged in everything, so everything just turned on here.
I don't even know what that was.
Yeah,
was that this?
I think it was the Google Home. Well, good morning to all of you beautiful people. No, so I'm not at the store right now. I'm actually at the Kia dealership because I had to get the Stinger service today because I missed my appointment last week because I forgot to set a calendar reminder. So I've been at the dealership for the last 2.5 hours. They finally got it done. Everything's good to go. So like, you know, I was like 1,500 miles over my oil change limit. So, and there's a couple other things they had to inspect and get buttoned up. So I had to get taken care of today. But posted a couple videos just now about just responding to, like, I don't want to say it's a troll comment, but it's an observation that I made about, you know, people who are always like, you know, I'm always posting negative content. And to be honest, like, after sitting on it, I kind of understood those comments now, because at the end of the day, if you're a person that only interacts with those negative videos, these social media platforms are learning your behavior. So that's all the content they're going to be pushing you guys. And so when that kind of video happens, it's like, it's the only kind of context you guys will get. And so that's all they're seeing. So that's unfortunate. And the thing is, like, my overall shorts and videos are actually, like, you know, it's overwhelmingly positive content, but it just sucks where, you know, like, so a video that, you know, if I talk about a problem, it gets 10,000, 100,000 plus views. If I talk about the solution to that problem, it gets maybe a few thousand views. And that's the unfortunate side of social media and how it works and everything. But yeah, but right now I'm still kind of processing everything from last night. I just checked the security system and everything's still down, meaning the power is not back on. I also haven't heard from my opening team, so I'm assuming nothing's on. So I'm about to give them a call right now to see what's going on here. But the power is indeed still out at the store. So it has been over 12 hours, and I'm going to pretty much now, because there's daylight outside, go and assess the damage. So given the time right now, though, I'm going to go home, grab lunch with my wife and my son, because my youngest only goes to school half day. My oldest is there full time, but so I'm going to have lunch with them and then head on to the store and let's see what the damage is. So I finally made it to the store. I don't know why they're still here. I know why, because they're waiting for Chick-fil-A. So they never leave.
I did my job.
Yeah, no, they were Coke and Pepsi still delivered, so we had to be here for the deliveries. But as you guys can see, power's still out.
I also had to update the numbers for everything on the ordering.
Yes,
like to visually see things.
Actually, one positive news, thankfully, guys, our distributors for our Japanese food supply and Cisco for our frozen foods, they said that they could arrange a special delivery for between tomorrow and Friday. So thankfully, we'll be able to get a replenish of our food. And thankfully, we also do have net terms with them. So we're getting essentially part 1 of the order in the next 2 days, part 2 of next week. That means we should be back up to full strength by next week. The biggest concern for me is, like, obviously, guys, like you know, my initial reaction of, oh shit, what am I going to do about the $10,000 worth of food? I will have to deal with that next week. But because we have like net 7, net 14-day terms with our distributors, so because you guys have to keep in mind, we just got restocked, and I had to pay for that food on top of the new special order food and the food coming next week. So I have literally got 3 rounds of deliveries that we have to pay for. So that is why my concern is still very valid. we were actually joking about like we should just do like a fountain or like a like Scooby-Doo skit or like a found footage like skit or something like that, but it'd be too dangerous. Look, he's so happy over there. He's so happy. I think actually you One Piece players, you'll be happy to know I did open up my 3 captain starter deck.
Oh, good
Have you
for
played?
you.
It's still, the deck is still sleeved, but it's out of the box.
So proud.
I'm one step closer to playing.
You know what?
Well, either way, they actually just finished eating, so they're all probably gonna head out. I'm just doing another walk around, checking the freezer temps, just kind of assessing the damage, and then what Pico said, what midnight, 11 to midnight. So hopefully tomorrow morning when we come back in, yeah, I mean obviously all the ice cream and shit that's done. Like you can't.
Before we leave or tomorrow when there's
tomorrow when there's light, the light should be on.
When the sun comes out.
When the sun.
Tomorrow.
With the sun rolling high, gonna throw out this food. That's just so you guys know.
That sounds so depressing. And for everyone who's like, you should donate it before it goes bad. Where? It was like 10 o'clock last night.
Yeah, and also keep in mind, guys, there's another reason why we have to throw it away. It's because in a like I understand residentials have different, obviously like at your house you do you, but for a commercial business, especially with the food license, we have much higher standards that we have to do. And as soon as those temperatures fall and the food begins thawing, I cannot. Number one, it's still sitting out. I have no way of refreezing it. But number two, I can't be refreezing food and selling it. That's something that I'm not allowed to do. But I know I look ridiculous right now, especially with this light. But this is a really light light, so that's why I can't have it pointing at you guys. But I'm just realizing how creepy it is in my store when nothing is on. I'm here by myself again. The wind is howling. It is dead silence in here. And it's just like walking around with this light right now is like almost like a found footage horror movie right now. So I just wrapped up recording a video. I just got what I needed. I put up a sign. I did my final checks in the fridges. So I'm just going to use the bathroom and just get the hell out of here. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, by tomorrow morning, power will be restored. And then we'll just be able to kind of take it from there. Currently 1:54 a.m. in the morning. It's Friday. Happy Friday, guys. Currently at the store wrapping up. And been pretty much up this entire time. Not this entire time. So earlier today, had some video content to shoot. Obviously came in to assess the situation. Everyone's been cleaning up. Orders were received. Everything. We had to do some additional movement of furniture to kind of address a bottleneck situation that was going on back here and everything. But ultimately, in terms of the workload, I didn't get what I wanted to get done tonight complete. But instead of staying up all here, I'm going to go home, take out my contacts, and continue working throughout the night because our bookkeeper, Mary Beth, if she's even watching this video, she's been waiting very patiently for this report. And so I still have about 1,500 transactions I need to go through and categorize for her. So we're going to get through that tonight and get it done for her. So she has it for the morning because she works on her stuff Fridays and Saturdays every week. But we have a meeting this Sunday to go over everything. And she pretty much needs this final report to get it all done. So I need to get it done for her. So going to go get that done tonight. But today was, it was steady. Like it was sales-wise, obviously, it still hasn't bounced back. But to be honest, there's still a lot of people without power right now. So a lot of people were still unaware if we were still open, so understandably so. But thankfully, with some of the restocks we got, we still have some organization to do over there, but we should be prepared for the weekend. So with everything that happened, I'll recap more about how we solved this situation a little bit later. But so I'm having one of those moments as a parent where I'm just like, oh my goodness, this is what my mom and dad went through in the past with my son right now. So he's been sitting here showing me this Lego book, showing me all the other Lego sets that he wants to buy on different pages. Like, can we get this? Can we get that? But then I told him, like, we're going to wait until your birthday. We have to wait until later. That's, I do the typical thing, right? And then he's like, okay. And then he proceeds to sit next to me while I'm doing accounting work. And he's just like, hey, my dad, look at this. Oh, look at this. It comes in 3 sets. And it's just like, he keeps pushing it because he wants us to get it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is what I did to my mom and dad. Like, they'd say no, right? I'm like, yeah, no, I understand. But, like, look at the value of this thing. But look at this. But, yeah, look, the price has gone down. Look, they bundled it and everything. Like, you just keep talking about it to the point where you know you're annoying them. because you ultimately want them to get you the Legos. I don't know. Thought I'd just share that moment. Just had that aha moment. So it's currently Friday night, and I'm actually technically streaming right now. And chat's aware of this, but I can't show you my other screen. But I'm currently working on accounting work for our bookkeeper because she actually, Mary Beth, she actually needed it by earlier this morning. But unfortunately, to be honest, she asked me to do this like 6 months ago. And just with everything going on, and to be honest, while they may be valid excuses, they're excuses. I should have prioritized this, but I let everything get in the way, and unfortunately now I procrastinated everything to like the last minute. She needed this report earlier today, and now she's gonna have to work pretty much today, late. Like pretty much she needs it now, and so I am staying up late right now. I stayed up late yesterday, but just the amount and then the actual workload on it, because it's such a slow process that I'm categorizing into transactions for her right now. So what I did was like I streamed like an hour or two to the normal stream like I normally do, and then I told Chad, it's like, hey, listen, I gotta focus in right now. I can't be doing Q&A and answering you guys, so I'm gonna just go ahead and play the replay of my last playthrough of the Let's Play, and it's kind of a fun thing. Like we're maintaining around 30-40 viewers right now, but it's just kind of be like how long before someone sees that this is actually a replay, and then the chat's actually having fun with it. They're just sitting here, they're actually like interacting with one another. They're actually recapping the gameplay too. It's currently 3:24 a.m. in the morning right now, by the way. So, you know, I called my wife to see like, hey, on my way home, do you need anything from Target? She had me on speakerphone, so these two only heard Target and started freaking out, and now we gotta go to Target, right? Yeah. Target's their Toys R Us, so it's just like, oh my gosh. You gotta be, it's warning with the parents with kids, just be weary when you pick up the phone and, you know, speakerphone. No, I was just trying to watch some anime with your mom here, but no, you guys had to get up and sleep on down here. June, how much more longer are you going to be sleeping in Appa's bed? I don't know. But eventually you're going to have to sleep in your own bed, dude. He does have his own bed. They just come here in the middle of the night. So today is probably the last video of the day, or, you know, last day on the recordings. But today is the dreaded day. It's today's the day that I meet with my bookkeeper and some of my other business partners to go over kind of the, not just a year end, but the last 3 years, because she's been organizing all of the transactions in the books for the last 3 years now. Now, there's still a margin of error there just because there's still a couple transactions that I wasn't able to get to, and I didn't really say it. I'm not sure if I said it in the last video, but once again, you know, there's about, you know, 6 months of work. Like, she gave me this task to do about 6-7 months ago, and I just wasn't able to get to it during that entire time, just with everything going on. But at the end of the day, these are excuses, and I really need to get this work done. And so it's but given all that said, though, we got like 99% of it done by the other day. And so she got what she needed, and she's going to present what she can. Obviously, there's still a little bit more cleanup work to do here, but then I immediately have to go then meet with a tax accountant to help organize our taxes and file our taxes and everything, and amend our returns, our previous returns as well too, so I can just get everything straightened out and, you know, kind of take it from there. But it's gonna be an interesting process today. But overall, I think the most thing I'm fearful of today is not fearful. Like, I know our finances aren't the greatest right now, and, you know, we're not the only ones. A lot of people are going through their own things, but ultimately it's going to be laid out in front of me, like what the situation actually is, how much the store is, like, operationally, how it's doing, as well as the franchise side, so the corporation side of the business. You know, we finally started doing some online sales and doing some things there, so it's like, all right, how is that faring against what we're trying to do, and how much are we like how many more cuts that we're going to have to do. So the biggest thing like this is this meeting is going to show me today is, you know, while we still work towards recovery, we are working towards changing the model up and increasing the revenues. Like what are the areas that we can address like right now, and that we have to. And so, and then given that information, then we can properly set our goals for the rest of the year. So that, you know, what are our goals for the year end? What's the goal by end of Q1, Q2, Q3, and by the end of the year? And so, yeah, so off to the meeting. What's going on, beautiful people? So I have not recorded for a few days here, and it's currently January 16th, so I do apologize, guys. This past week has definitely been chaotic, to say the least. I know I wasn't able to. Oh, there is a good amount of snow out there. I just realized. I just got done with the stream. I just did an interview. If you guys were joining with Spencer, just talking about his book and introducing him to the community. So I just want to step out really quick so you guys can see this here. I just want to see how bad the snow is and whether or not. Okay, it is a dusting. So right here, this is actually one of the most dangerous snows to drive on, because right now it's not packed down. It's melting on the bottom of it and it's slick. So thankfully I didn't drive the Stinger. I drove my wife's SUV, so I should be okay. So I'm gonna get going here shortly. I will edit this tomorrow, so I'm not gonna do this tonight. But just wanted to recap. So I think I left you guys with, I was just about to meet with Mary Beth and go over the books from last year and stuff. So there's still some rounding out to do. We still have a couple days worth of work to do to kind of finish out the final kind of miscellaneous transactions here and there and everything. But overall, to be honest, better than I expected. It was actually within what I thought they should be at. It's not like we went crazy out there, but to be honest, like the investors who end up seeing the investment video are going to know, it's like, hey, like, everything that we lost from 22 and last year hit, and then so given the debts that we are into, it kind of made sense. And the reason why it's okay, it's because I actually hit stop recording and I was talking for like 2-3 minutes, so I didn't realize that piece of phone just turned off. But no, the reason why it's good, because we were easily able to identify like 70% of the expenses that won't repeat this year, because you guys remember starting April of last year, we, sorry, I always talk with my hands. I really got to put it down. We already, sorry, this is a habit, I can't. we stepped away from a lot of things. So a lot of more shows, a lot of marketing efforts. We've really drilled down to the basic cores of the business, both on the digital side, social media, and the store itself too. And so by doing that, it's like, yes, we've been working on expanding the last few years. And so that's where the bulk of our expenses and the debts came from and stuff. But by eliminating all that and focusing on the core business itself, a lot of the expenses are not going to be there. Now, we are still projected at our current state to be at a net loss next year, because we're obviously not going to get the revenue from the stores. So we have to factor that in. We're not going to get, with our costs of doing business at the store increasing, we have to adjust the budget, which shows the net loss, because we haven't hit the new sales numbers yet. So we are still growing. So we have a trajectory growth for the store to hit, to make sure that we now match the new, because our costs went up by over 33%. So, jumping 30% in sales doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. And last year, from 22 to 23, we jumped over 15%. If we follow that trajectory, then by, actually, the way we have planned it out, we've been talking all day today. Like even today, we had a budgetary meeting. We kind of firmly, we're kind of guessing that by the spring, we should be in a good shape. Like we should have caught up to the new adjusted bills, new increases. And then from there, the new projects and initiatives that we're doing, especially with all the food side that you guys have seen me, starting to talk about and stuff, that should start taking into shape. We got some new purchasing strategies, new marketing strategies. Like we have new strategies across the board that we are now implementing for 24. Throughout last year was cutting, cleaning up, identifying our problem areas. And now it's not just cleaning up things, but now with the newfound numbers and knowledge, how are we moving forward? So even like today, I met with a tax accountant who's going to be handling all our filings, updating our balance books, amending our previous returns and so forth. and a bunch of other things too. So it's just like, it's doing the things that I wish I did, could have done, and should have done the last 7-8 years. And so, and thankfully, like, we're in a position where it's like we can do it right now. So like, thank God for that. But it's just like but then you have a lot of people who don't have the ability. So you gotta count your blessings when you can. But it's gonna be a rough week because like the last few weeks it's been like kind of grind through trying to get these numbers done. But we still have another week's worth probably of work to get done. And then next week we have to so this week we have a Dennis here from San Jose. He's been coming in as a franchisee and a business partner, doing assessments, helping us kind of round out things, and also him getting kind of full bearings of the situation as well. And sorry, I keep switching, my hands are tied on this, but it's been good because we've been able to get a nice perspective on the overall company and what we've been doing. And now this week is about finalizing those books, getting ready for the year-end meeting, getting ready to present what our hopes are for kind of our goals moving forward, and getting that ready. And so I look forward to it. Like, it's still going to be a rough few months ahead of us. Like, I don't think it's going to be, nothing's ever going to be easy, but we're still here. We're still going. So but once all of that is done, I look forward to, not really look forward to, it's been cold now. So next week, so this week it's all about the reporting, getting all the presentations done and everything. Next week is getting ready for MegaCon. So I have to go to the storage unit in this weather, because our units are outside, organize all of our stuff. I had to do a proper inventory, figure out what we are taking, what we are not taking to MegaCon, get that all ready, pre-packaged, because the following week after next week is when we're going to MegaCon. And so I got to be prepared for all that. So next week's going to be prep week on top of, everything else. But that's the beauty of, at least, our business, is that there's always something to do. There's always a project. There's always an improvement we can make. There's always a path forward. And sometimes, even that is a blessing on its own, because sometimes people don't have a direction that they respectively can go. And the fact that we have one still, super thankful. Also a testament to our constant growth. The fact that we're not done yet. There's still more to do. It's it's crazy to think that way, but yes. But with that said, I need to get going so I can get home safely before it gets worse out there. This upcoming week, hopefully, I make some more content for you guys. So with this upcoming week, hopefully I'll shoot some more videos throughout the week. Since Dennis is here for the next few days, we'll shoot some content with him, and we'll have some fun this week. We still got some more cleanup to do, but we'll get there.